Hey guys, I am Missy from Life is Poppin', and today I'm going to show you a really cool way to spruce up your front door. Using just a couple of things that I found at Michael's. First, I found this succulent planter on clearance. Actually, all of this stuff was on clearance because apparently fall is coming and someone forgot to tell me. So they're getting rid of all of their summer and spring inventory. So all this stuff was 70% off. So I think I spent like less than $15 on all of this stuff. And before I get started really quick, I would love to know what you made for your front door to spruce it up and make it a little more welcoming. If you comment below, you will win a Hometalk color changing cup, which sounds like fun. Okay, so first of all, to get started, I cheated a little bit. This was actually solid wood. I don't do well with heavy machinery or power tools, so I actually just took a drill and screwed some holes around here so I could punch the wood out. I didn't think you wanted to see me do that. And then this was actually a tray that I got today at Michael's as well. It was $3. It's actually a serving tray. You can probably paint them and do some fun stuff with them. But I punched these two pieces out, so I don't need those. Alright, so first I'm going to show you these lights. How cool are these? These are string lights that I want to put in here because I want mine to light up. You don't have to do this, but I just thought it was really cool. So I'm going to start gluing these inside here. Do you want to come closer, sis, so you can kind of see this process here? So what are people saying they're going to put on their, or what have they made to put on their front doors? What?
A key or a key holder.
That's a good idea. So I'm just going to keep kind of winding these in here. And if I would have cut the wood better, it made this process go a lot easier. But who likes easy? Not me. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue in there so that it doesn't keep falling out when I keep pulling on it. So is anyone else experiencing like blazing hot temperatures? Because I feel like I'm melting over here. It's been like unbearable heat and then crazy storms and just a vicious cycle of that. Okay, so I'm just going to keep putting these in here. There's no like rhyme or reason to this whatsoever. I just want my succulents to kind of light up. So what I'm using, just in case you missed the beginning, this is like a succulent planter. You can probably put real succulents in there, but I don't have a green thumb. So I'm going to use fake ones. And I'm just going to weave these lights in here. These are battery operated lights. They do have a timer, which I thought was really cool. So you don't have to remember to turn them off. Are there any more comments about what people make for their entranceways to make them more inviting and welcoming?
It said a shadow box.
A shadow box, that's cool. Oh,
I said it's been over 102 degrees.
Ah, I feel ya. That's what I don't think it's been quite that hot here. It's been in the 90s for sure. Which is weird. It seems like it was like winter and then just like blazing hot summer. So I'm just waiting for the hot glue to dry really quick so I don't keep pulling them out. The cool thing about these lights are it comes on wires so you can bend them. But I'm just gluing them for extra security purposes. Alright. This is not a very big space to be sticking my fingers in here. Can you read some more ideas?
I don't really giving any.
No? Don't forget, I want to hear all about what you make to spruce up your front door to make it more welcoming, or even your entryway. This is actually going to go next to my front door. And I'm going to put either like welcome or my address on here once it's fully complete.
Helen used an old ladder to put her address on.
I love that. I've seen so many cute like old ladder stuff on Pinterest, and I've been wanting to look for old ladders, but I think people know that they're trending. You want to come over here so you can see. So I can find like one frugally. I'm hoping one day I'll just find one sitting on the side of the road somewhere. Alright, so we're almost there. We're getting there. These don't have to be in any fancy pattern because I'm actually covering these up anyway. This is just to make it more inviting and it'll look really pretty at night. This is a nice idea too if you're into outdoor entertaining for your patio. You can put a fun saying on this box. Alright, we've reached the end, so I'm just going to glue these all down in here. Now you can see I'm going to have this. This is the box. It has on, off, and a timer. It just takes 3 AA batteries, and I paid $3 for this. Which are cool. I've seen a lot of people put these in mason jars, which I think is pretty. There's a lot of cool things you can do with these lights. Alright, let me just put a couple more glue dots in here, and then we will move on.
You said, where do you find battery operated lights?
So the question is, where do you find battery operated lights? I got these at Michael's today for $3. They were 70% off, but I've seen them just about everywhere. You can get them Hobby Lobby. I've even seen them at Walmart in their craft section. Alright, I'm just going to turn these around a little bit more. Okay.
A lot of wreaths.
Ooh, a lot of wreaths. I love wreaths because you can always change them out with the season. We do a lot of wreaths too. Okay, I'm going to turn that off just for the time being. So here's something else I just discovered today, which I feel like is kind of silly, but it really changed my life. So this is like moss on a roll. Do you see this here? It has, like, the only way for me to describe this would be like, you know the texture of Brillo pad that has wire, like that wire of Brillo pad? It has that in here, and like the moss is just sort of glued to it, I'm assuming, and it comes on this whole big roll. So imagine the possibilities with this thing. This is kind of what inspired this project. So I cut a square already. It is a little tough to cut just because it does have that wire in there. And I'm actually going to put this right over my chicken wire in the front of this succulent box. And I'm just going to hot glue it down in the corners. And don't forget, if you love the Hometalk videos, keep hitting like and sending lots of hearts. It'd be greatly appreciated. That's one way to keep us showing up in your news feed so you can see all of our great DIY projects. Alright.
Made a wreath for Christmas.
Oh, that's nice. A wreath for Christmas. Christmas wreaths are fun. I can't believe how fast Christmas is sneaking up. I know it's the same time every single year, but it just seems to come faster and faster as an adult. Alright, so I'm just going to glue this down just a couple of places. I don't want to get on my box. Alright, so now I have this nice moss kind of bed here in the chicken wire, and then you can see the lights will light up behind there. Ooh. Alright, now here comes the fun part. I'm going to, these were actually in a styrofoam ball. I don't know why they glued them to a styrofoam ball, but I'm going to stick them in here and make a kind of a cool little display out of them. You can find fake succulents anywhere though. Or if you have a green thumb, you can use real ones, but I do not. So let's see. I'll start with this. Because the chicken wire is in there, I can just shove these right in there and they're going to stay. I'll put a little bit of hot glue just to keep it in place, but I'll hot glue the back too, where the stem is actually sticking out. This is just a quick fix. Any more front porch or entryway ideas, Nevaeh? Don't forget to enter to win your own Hometalk color changing cups.
Rhonda made a pinecone wreath.
Ooh, Rhonda made a pinecone wreath. I love pinecones. I actually saw too, these might be life-changing like it was for me, but you can bleach pine cones, so you can kind of make them for any time of the year. Actually, this one's kind of heavy, so I'm going to switch it really quick while the glue's. We'll put that one on the bottom. So I'm just making a nice little arrangement in here, and then adding a few drops of hot glue to hold them in place, and then I'll glue the back to secure them better. actually surprised that this project does not require any Mod Podge. Seems like most of my projects do, which I think is kind of funny.
So where did you get the moth roll?
The moss?
Mm-hmm.
The moss, I found it at Michael's. It comes on a roll, just like this. Can you see? I was saying earlier, this is completely life-changing. Do you know how many things you could do with this? It has like a wire texture and then moss glued to the top of it, which I think is just amazing. Because I've only found moss in a bag, and when I'm trying to like put it on a wreath or glue it to something, it just goes everywhere, and it ends up looking like a forest in my craft area. So again, I'm just sticking these through. In case you missed the beginning of the video, this is like a succulent planter box. It has chicken wire around a wooden box. I don't have a green thumb, so I am using fake succulents. You could do this for an office, you could do it for just about anything. I'm just doing it for my entryway just because I like the idea of it. Let's see. This part's really not too important.
Ruth made a USA sign for her front door.
Ooh, a USA sign for the front door.
Hanging welcome sign.
A hanging welcome sign, yes. I think like having an inviting front door and entryway is so important. Like even if just the mailman is gonna see it, it's so friendly to have. All right, I'm wondering, I'm gonna put one more in here. Might be a little much, but if you gotta use it, right? All right. So let me let that dry just for a second. So just to recap, we are making something warm and inviting for the front door. I'm actually gonna put my address on it and hang it outside just because now we have like the boring letters or the boring numbers out there. So I ransacked all of the 70% off sales because who knew fall is coming so quickly? I didn't. So all of the craft stores are getting ready for their fall line. So all the summer, spring, like anything to do with the bright colors is all super cheap right now, 70% off. So I found this succulent planter box, 70% off. It has chicken wire in the inside. I actually cut this wood. I don't know if you can see. I cut the wood just so that I could put lights in there. You don't have to do this. And I strung it all full of battery operated lights. Let me turn them on really quick so you can see. And then that way, I'm actually going to push them through my moss in just a second so that this will light up at night and look really, really kind of cool. So you could do this for a patio. It doesn't have to be for an entryway. You could even do this inside. I know succulents are really popular. So let's see. I'm going to flip this over. Hope that none of my succulents do. And I'm just going to put a ton more hot glue in here so that nothing comes out. And don't mind my cutting job. I already said that I am not a master with power tools. So I had to use a drill, and I just drilled a ton of holes in here and then punched the wood through because it just seemed like the appropriate thing to do at the time. So I'm just gluing these succulents in here even more. I know it's kind of dark. Let me see if I can turn this light a little bit more. Is that helping, Neva? Okay. So I'm just going to keep gluing this stuff in place. And then I'm going to push these lights actually through my moss. So you can see them a lot better. Just because I want it to be bright, like you can do just a little bit.
Somebody made a planter.
A planter! See, that somebody has a green thumb. I do not. Seems like I use fake flowers for everything. Although I do have an herb garden, which I find weird. Alright. I wish my hot glue would dry much faster. There we go, it's getting there. Alright. So I think these are pretty secure. Let me just glue this big one really quick. If someone can think of an easier glue to use instead of hot glue, that would be good. I would like to hear about it. I know hot glue is kind of like the universal go-to for all things like this. It just takes forever to dry. Okay. So now that that's done, you can kind of see I just laid the moss. So it was chicken wire. I laid the moss over the chicken wire, and then I just hot glued these succulents into there. So you can kind of see it'll light up. I'll push my lights through better later before I actually hang it outside. It's just hard to see and show you at the exact same time. So now, again, I got this at Michael's. It was 70% off also. It was $10. I got it for like $3, which is awesome. It had 2 more wood panels here. I actually cut them out just because I wanted my planter to actually fit in there better. When I had just the panels in there, it kind of set out too far. I didn't like the look of that at all. But whatever works. I mean, there's no special way to do this. It's just kind of whatever goes for you. So this is what it's going to end up looking like. I like this. I didn't want to paint the wood. I kind of like the natural look of it. As you can see, I was experimenting a little bit with the inside. But I left it more natural because, again, I can change it with the seasons. I can pop this box easily in and out of here if I wanted to make it more festive, winter, fall, or like with the holidays. So that's why I did that. So I'm just going to quickly put some hot glue on here. I know this is not a permanent fix. I'm just doing it for the sole purpose of this video, and I will nail it down later. Don't forget to enter the giveaway for this video, which is, I would love to hear about what you make or what you have made for your front door entryway to make it more welcoming or inviting.
Somebody said use medium temp glue.
Huh. I didn't even know that such a thing existed as medium temp glue. Thank you for that. Okay, so this is really, really lightweight wood. It's almost like hollow. So the glue sticks just fine. I'm sure you could use wood glue too. And again, I'll staple it or I'll nail it together. Apparently I don't have a brain right now. Okay, so there's that so far. I bought these like cheapy address labels, but I actually just want the gold to show on here. So I'm gonna cut them out. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do my address or like hello or welcome. So I'm just gonna do my address for right now until I can decide which is the best way. So Nevaeh, what else? Has anyone entered the awesome giveaway to win a Hometalk cup? It changes colors, by the way.
Somebody said they made stained wood to match up the post better, and they also said they made a wreath and hall tree.
Oh, so lots of wreaths. I love the wreath idea. Alright, so I'm just cutting these really quick to show you. I literally went to like 3 different craft stores looking for some kind of like cool, rustic numbers that would just go better in here. They were more 3D or like had some dimension to them or like some substance. And I'm not kidding you, nobody had any. They had lots and lots of letters, but no numbers for some reason. Maybe they're just not that popular. And my cutting is terrible. These are the wrong scissors to use. Okay, so I won't bore you with all of my cutting skills. Oh, I just ruined this one. So now I have to bore you. And I'll turn this around really quick. I have to finish gluing it in there, but so you can kind of see, I'll talk while you don't have to watch me cut. So what this is made out of was a serving tray I found at Michael's on clearance. I took out 2 panels of wood that came in the middle of there. Then there was a succulent box that I found, also 70% off. And because I don't have a green thumb, I decided to use fake succulents that I found. They just came all glued to a styrofoam ball, and I just pulled them out of the styrofoam and glued them onto a roll of moss that I found, which again is life-changing. Imagine the possibilities. You could put a wreath, you could do like a little fairy garden. There's so many things you could do with moss on a roll. That's pretty ingenious. Alright, you don't have to keep showing there. So one last time, I'll tell you what I'm making. I'm making something to warm up my front entranceway. Right now, I do have a wreath on my door, and I change it out with the seasons or with the holidays and stuff. I try to, as much as I remember. But I just wanted something that was a little more fun and inviting and kind of like shabby chic looking. So I'll give one last shout out for the Hometalk giveaway. I want to hear all about what you have made for your front entrance or your door even, to make it more warm and inviting, to win a color changing Hometalk cup.
Wreath with sunflowers.
Sunflowers! I don't know if you guys saw, but my last Hometalk I made a sunflower canvas, which turned out really good. I've had so many people ask me to make them one. Sunflowers seem to be the popular flower of choice. This has proved to be way more difficult, so I'm just going to do one for now, and then the other ones on my own time. Who knew a 5 was so curly? What else? Is there any more entries before?
Fairy garden.
A fairy garden?
Mm-hmm.
Those are so cool. They're so whimsical. Okay. So this is a wannabe gold 5 that I took. I didn't like the black background. I feel like that looks too mailboxy. I could have probably cut this with an X-Acto knife or something, but I'm going to just stick my address right up here, and then hang it outside by my mailbox. And then I'll turn this off so you can see what it looks like without the lights too, because it looks pretty during the day as well. It's just kind of flea market-y looking, I guess. There's so many things you could do. I wanted to whitewash this as well, but again, I wanted it to be very neutral, so I could change it out with the seasons or the holidays or something. I can just slip this box right out, put something else in there, and make it fun. So that is it. Are there any questions, Navia? Have you seen anybody have any questions? No? Okay. Do we have a winner for the giveaway?
Winner is Helen Lemons.
Helen Lemons. And what was Helen's idea?
The ladder.
The ladder! I love that! Helen, I would love to hear where you got the ladder from, because I keep hoping I'm going to stumble upon one like at a flea market or even on the side of the road that nobody wants anymore. But I haven't had that luck yet, because I would love to hang pictures for mine. So anyway, congratulations, Helen. Thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, I will see you later.